Nagesh, can you? Yeah, sorry. Yes, so I'll quickly take you through the program and what the program is about, who all can apply and the process. And all this information is available online as well. And I'll share a link. And I'm sure if the ones who are interested in this, must have already seen these. And towards the end, I'll talk a bit about my application process and what I had mentioned in my application and how I went with that. And after that, I think we'll have a quick question answer session as well. So please make sure that you note your questions while I'm doing the presentation. Yeah. So what is the scholarship? So it's actually called the Helmut-Schmidt-Programme. It was renamed, but it is still called the Master Scholarship for Public Policy and Good Governance. It's for the people who have an interest in social and political science, law, economics, public policy. So it's a very dynamic program, and it has applicants who have a wide range of interest. It is available for 7 eligible colleges in Germany. So if you apply to this program specifically, it's not that you can study in any college in Germany. It's only these colleges which you can see on the screen. I mean, these colleges and these specific courses, as you can see. For example, in Erfurt, it's the MPP program, or in Duisburg-Essen, it's the Master of Development and Governance. So it's only these specific courses and in these specific colleges that you can apply for this particular scholarship. It's a fully funded 2-year master's program. And they also have a very interesting concept where they have a 6-month German language course, which they offer before you start your master's program. So these master's program, I think all of them, if I'm not wrong, all of them are taught in English. Probably only one has a dual English or German option, but then all of them are taught in English. But still, because you will be living in Germany and it's good to know a language, so they offer this free, and it's a compulsory 6-month German language course, which obviously they cover all the cost. So usually the master's, it starts around October. So if you're applying this year, then 2023 October, your master's degree will start. So before that, so from say April to October, during that period, you have this German language course. And this scholarship, it covers all costs, which includes visa, the course fees, accommodation, as in your living expenses, insurance. So it covers all the costs. So who can apply? So it's for graduates. I mean, obviously India, students from India are eligible for the scholarship. And it is for graduates who have like a bachelor's degree or equivalent, who have some practical experience. So it again depends on the different courses or the different colleges that you apply for, but then they like people who have some practical experience, and it can be anything. It can be a job, or it can be internships or volunteering commitments. So you can mention the whole wide range of experience that you already have. Some caveat, that is, if you already have an existing master's degree, then you probably need to justify within your application that why you want to do this. Why you want to do this program, because this is a master's degree program. So you maybe have to, give some additional justification that why you think that another master's will add to your profile. Other than that, it says that people who have had their last degree 6 years before, say if you are applying this year, 2022. So for your previous master's degree, previous bachelor's degree is 6 years before this time period, then you are not eligible to apply. But probably you can write to the team, and like if for any of you that's the case, then you can probably write to the scholarship team or the particular college that you're applying for, and you can get that bit cleared. So again, what is the application process? So for the application process, you can apply to any of the 2 colleges. So out of the 7 colleges, which was mentioned in the first slide that you saw, you can apply to any 2 of the courses. Yeah, you can apply for any 2 of the courses, and you can give like a first and the second priority. As you see, I can go back. As you see, all the courses are pretty different. For example, there's a public policy, there's development studies, there's public management, development governance. So there's like a wide range of courses which the different universities cover, right? So when you're giving your preference, you have to put like which one is your first and second priority. And in your letter of motivation, you have to give some details as to why you have shortlisted these 2 courses, and which one is your first and second priority, and the reason behind it. So even if you are putting, or else you can, if you say, for example, what I did, I was only interested in the development studies program, which was offered by the University of Passau. So I had only applied for the development studies program. That was my only priority. I did not put a second priority. And but even if you put 2 college or 2 course as your in your priority, then you still have to just write 1 motivation letter. But then within that, you have to mention about that about both the colleges. So it will be a common motivation letter, although it has to cover the entire idea as to why you have chosen these 2 as your priorities. And the other thing is that for the application process, you have to apply it via the college's portal, which means that when you go to the DAAD website, you will see that the colleges are listed, and then you go to that specific college and that specific course on their website, and there you will see an option that, okay, are you applying for generally to this course, or are you applying for the DAAD Helmut-Schmidt program? So you have to apply. So you don't have you wouldn't apply via the DAAD portal. You will rather apply via the college application system. So I can talk more about that. Like if there's any question, then please ask at the end about that, or you can put it on the chat as well. So I'll quickly take you through the documents that's required. So firstly, from the DAAD portal, you can download the application form. So it will be I think a 5-6 page application form, and you have to write, you have to type the answers, and I think then you have to take a printout and sign that answer sheet, and then upload that document. Then there's only 1 motivation letter. So as I said, for example, if you want to apply for 2 of the courses, say one in University of Passau Development Studies and the other in the Duisburg Essen for, say, MPP, but still you just have to write 1 motivation letter, although you have to apply for both the college. So you have to apply for both the college website. Then you require a CV, which includes all your information about your past experience, your skill sets, your education qualification, any other information about, say, papers you have published, and all those language, so all those information. You need to submit your degree certificate and also set of transcripts. So usually those are 2 different things. So a transcript is like the final mark sheet sort of that you get from your university. It differs from different universities or colleges that you have studied. Usually you get mark sheets, or you can also get like a final transcript, and then the final degree certificate that you have got. If you are currently working, then you have to get a letter from your organization, which shows, which covers that, what work you are doing, and that they are ready to, they kind of support your decision to go and study abroad. Or it's just like to show that you are currently working with a organization. So this must be, the details is mentioned that it must be in a printed on a headed paper, which includes the stamp and signature of that organization that you're working in. Recent language certificate. So for this, you have to submit like a IELTS certificate that you have given the IELTS exam, and then one reference letter. So one thing that is good about this is that you only have to submit one reference letter. So it can be from your recent employee, or it can employer, or it can be from any student who has your professors. So that's it. Some application tips. So this on the right side, the photo that you can see, that is the application form which was mentioned that you have to download and submit with your application. So this form, it's actually, it's a very basic form. So within this form, there's no separate questions that you have to answer, as in no motivation or any long questions. It's all like just details of your education, of your work experience, date of birth, and those details that you have to fill in this particular format, and you have to attach a picture. This was from 2 years back, and you have to see that right now, currently, what the format is. The form might look a bit different, but you just mentioned which program, because DAAD is like a big scholarship and there are many different scholarships within it. So you have to mention that which particular scholarship you're applying for. So as you can see at the bottom, I have mentioned other programs and I've written this particular scholarship that I am applying for. Motivation letter, it has to be like 2 pages maximum. And in my motivation letter, I had written about why as I said, I had only applied for one college, which was University of Passau and the development studies, because that I was looking for. I didn't give a second option. That was my first and only preference. So I had given a brief about my work background, my educational background, and again, not listing because you are already writing all those things in your CV, but more about, what you have done, what skill sets you have gained while working. Then I clearly mentioned that, why I have chosen Passau and that the development studies course, and how I think that will help me in achieving my future career goals. And lastly, I ended with writing about what I want to do next, and how this scholarship and this 2 years studying abroad will help me reach my career goal. I had got the reference letter from my current employer, so where I was working. I had got it from him, and he basically highlighted the contributions that I made, which projects I had worked in, the skills that I had gained. So that was mentioned. Then what the process is usually, so the application deadline is 31st July. So you have to apply on the college website by 31st July. And then you hear back from them. So basically what happens after that, after you apply, the DAAD scholarship team and the college team, basically, they look at all the applications and they shortlist candidates. So they let you know around October, November, or it can also be December, because the year I applied, it was like the COVID time. So I heard back a bit late. So around December, I heard back from them that I have been shortlisted and I was called for an interview. So the interview happens with your college, the college that you have applied for. So there is one DAAD PPGG representative in every college, who looks at all the application process. So I had an interview with that person. The interview process was, I would say, fairly simple. They didn't ask me anything extra. They just asked me like whatever information I had put in my application. So it was more of a, rather than a written, like seeing a written format, it was more of a talking to that person and just sharing what I have written and why I want to do this program. And then if you're finally shortlisted, then you are asked to upload some other documents on the DAAD portal. So that time you have to upload some documents in the DAAD portal, like the scholarship portal, and they obviously tell you which portal it is, and they send you emails, and you are guided. So don't worry about that process right now. So you are guided about how to upload and what documents to upload in that specific portal. And then by early January, you get your final decision whether you are selected or not. As you can understand, this DAAD scholarship, imagine it is as a government scholarship. So it is a German government scholarship. So some of the timelines at times, like the emails are a bit delayed, or it takes time, because there are like thousands of students from across the globe, not only India, also other countries, who get that scholarship. Or even say specifically this PPGG scholarship, I think around more than 150 students get it every year from different countries. So it's like a big scholarship. So some process might take a bit of time, but it's always like within the specific timeline they mentioned. And once you're selected, then in early April, you have to go. So again, during the last 2 years, during the COVID time, what happened was that the German language course, the 6-month German language course, that used to happen online. But usually what happens is that the German language course happens in Berlin. So if you're selected for this program, and I don't know, again, please check on the website. I didn't check that. But if from next year, for example, if the process again as normal, then from April onwards, you shift to Berlin. So the 6-month German language course happens in Berlin. And then from October, you go to your particular college, wherever that is situated, and you start your course. So thank you. I think I'll keep sharing my screen, but if I'm ready to take question answers now, if there is any doubts on this. Thank you.
Hi, Dyuti. I have a doubt. I plan to apply for Global Urban Health in Freiburg University. So, but I have completed my master's degree in 2010. So can I apply for this course? That's my doubt.
Sorry, which course did you say? Global
Urban Health, Public Health.
Global Public Health.
Global Urban Health in Freiburg University.
Okay. As I think that is not covered under this. Yeah.
No. It's not covered under this. Just
yes.
Regarding the general rules, I'm asking. I have completed my master's degree in 2010.
Yeah. So see, for other, I mean, what I'm sharing is for this PPGG program. But if you are applying for any other, I mean, it now depends on the particular university. So you have to check under Freiburg University's, criteria, what it is. So usually
I have checked that and I found it eligible. But after hearing this, I got confused. That's why I asked you.
No. So this is particularly, again, as I said, right, like different scholarships, and every university have their own rules, specifically if it's via a scholarship. So it's for this. I'm sure if you saw it on the university's website, then it is, you are eligible for that.
Okay. I have one more question. Yeah. I think the first slide, the options to check which scholarship we are applying for. The first page of the application form you presented in the, this one.
Yeah.
I think for general scholarship, we have to choose the third one, right?
Yes.
Study scholarship for a postgraduate course with relevance to developing countries.
Yes.
Okay. That's all. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi, Dyuti. Thanks for this presentation. I have a question over here. As you mentioned in the presentation that if somebody has master's already, so that person need to specify like why that person is doing master's again. So I'm confused over here. So like, do we need a separate write-up of this, or do we need to mention it on the letter of motivation itself?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, in your letter of motivation itself, you just you need to kind of justify that why you are looking for. So while you are writing about your previous education experience and why you want to do this course particularly, then maybe you have to write a couple of extra lines saying that like, even though you have like a higher education, but still why you think this particular course will help you further. So because like the basic criteria is they say that it's for bachelor degree or equivalent. So that's why they do consider. I know people who have done masters from India, and then they have applied for DAAD and they have got this. So it's not that you don't get selected, but then just within your motivation letter, I think you need to give a separate line of, a few lines. I mean, not like separately mentioning it, but within your why you want to study abroad and do this particular course, you can just mention it, that how it will help you in your future career goals.
Thank you.
Hello, Dyuti ma'am.
Yes, was it Sakshi? Go ahead.
Are there any other courses related to technology so that we can apply other than this mentioned courses?
So for this particular scholarship, as I said, DAAD is a big brand. So DAAD has many scholarships under it. And there are like general programs as well. You can apply. You can just get a scholarship and then study in any university. So that is also possible. But under this particular scholarship, which is the Public Policy and Good Governance Program, PPGG, which I'm talking about today, it is only applicable for these, 7 universities and these 8 courses.
Okay, ma'am.
Any other question or query?
Yeah, I want to ask, is there a marks criteria as well?
Yes, same question I have.
Okay. Is there a marks criteria, like a minimum marks?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So that again, that depends on the college that you're applying for and the course that you're applying for, right? So what this means is that you are applying for, say, for example, I applied for University of Passau Development Studies. So I go to their website and I see what their minimum criteria is. So I have to meet their minimum criteria to get into the college, and it depends on the different courses or different universities. Usually it's like the usually it's standard marks, but then but it's clearly mentioned on the site, because you need, like, the college needs to admit you and then you are considered for the scholarship, right? So for the scholarship particularly, it's not mentioned any minimum marks criteria, but it depends on the university and the course that you're applying for. So it will vary from course to course.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, can I ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. अगर हमें can I speak in Hindi?
Yeah, हाँ, मुझे हिंदी आती है.
तो इस मतलब हमें अगर ये स्कॉलरशिप लेनी है तो हमें बिफोर जो कॉलेज अपने मेंशन किए वहाँ पे अप्लाई करना होगा. वहाँ से सिलेक्शन अगर होता है तो तभी हम लोग इससे एलिजिबल है, या इसको अलग से हमें अप्लाई करना होगा? मतलब वो थोड़ा सा क्लैरिटी नहीं मिली.
हाँ, तो ये स्कॉलरशिप के लिए आपको क्या करना होगा कि ये जो पर्टिकुलर कॉलेजेस आप देख रहे हैं ना, यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है, कोर्स लिखा हुआ है. जब आप इनके वेबसाइट पे जाएंगे और इस कोर्स के वहाँ पे आप क्लिक करेंगे, तो वहाँ पे आपको ऑप्शन दिखेगा कि आप जनरली अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, या फिर आप ये हेलमट-श्मिट प्रोग्राम के अंडर आप अप्लाई करना चाहते हैं, तो वैसे वहाँ पे दिखता है. तो आप उसके थ्रू आप अपना एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस करते हैं, एंड उसमें जो ये जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स लिखा हुआ था वो सब तो देना पड़ता है। उसके अलावा वो जो डैड पोर्टल वाला जो डॉक्यूमेंट है, वो एक फॉर्म है, वो भी आपको अपलोड करना पड़ता है। तो पूरा प्रोसेस, अगर आप सोचे आप 2 कॉलेज में अप्लाई करना चाहते हैं, क्योंकि मैक्सिमम इस स्कॉलरशिप के लिए आप मैक्सिमम 2 कॉलेज में अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। तो सोचे आप ये पोट्सडैम एंड पसाऊ में अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, तो आपको दोनों कॉलेज के वेबसाइट एंड पर्टिकुलर कोर्स में जाके आपको अप्लाई करना होगा। जो फॉर्म है वो एक ही रहेगा, उसमें आप मेंशन करेंगे आपके 2 कोर्स और जो भी है, फॉर्म आपका एक ही रहेगा। एंड आपका मोटिवेशन लेटर भी, आप मतलब बेसिकली सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स कहीं ना कहीं सेम ही रहेंगे दोनों उसके लिए। शायद किसी एक कॉलेज का हो सकता है कुछ और रिक्वायरमेंट, कुछ और डॉक्यूमेंट वो मांगे, तो वो अलग है, लेकिन सेम आप मोटिवेशन लेटर यूज करेंगे और सेम फॉर्म यूज करेंगे दोनों कोर्स के एप्लीकेशन के लिए। तो इसीलिए वो लोग सेम एक ही बोलते हैं, ताकि उनको भी पता चले। ऐसा नहीं है कि आप सातों के सातों कॉलेज में अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, तो इसीलिए वो लोग बोलते हैं सेम मोटिवेशन लेटर और सेम एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म यूज करने के लिए, अप्लाई करने के लिए। तो फिर वो कॉलेज जो है वो आपको अगर सिलेक्ट करते हैं इस स्कॉलरशिप के लिए, मतलब शॉर्टलिस्ट करते हैं, फिर वो लोग डैड टीम को बताते हैं, मतलब इस स्कॉलरशिप की टीम को बताते हैं कि हमारे कॉलेज में ये इतने लोगों ने अप्लाई किया था अंडर दिस स्कॉलरशिप प्रोग्राम, हमने इतने लोगों को शॉर्टलिस्ट किया है और अब हम इनका इंटरव्यू ले सकते हैं। और फिर वो प्रोसेस वहां से वो लोग आगे ले जाते हैं।
अच्छा, तो फिर इंटरव्यू डैड और यूनिवर्सिटी दोनों लेते हैं?
हाँ, तो इंटरव्यू यूजुअली, जैसे मैं अपने एक्सपीरियंस से बोल सकती हूँ, मेरा इंटरव्यू जो है, जो मेरा ये मैंने यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ पसाऊ डेवलपमेंट स्टडीज के लिए अप्लाई किया था, तो मेरा इंटरव्यू वहाँ के जो कोर्स कोऑर्डिनेटर है, जो बेसिकली ये डैड प्रोग्राम को कोऑर्डिनेट करते हैं, मेरा इंटरव्यू सिर्फ उन्होंने ही लिया था। तो सिर्फ एक ही जन थे पैनल में, उन्होंने मेरा इंटरव्यू लिया था।
ओके, थैंक यू मैम।
वेलकम।
और एक लास्ट, मिनिमम मार्क्स बैचलर में कितने होने चाहिए इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में अगर देखेंगे हम तो?
अगेन एक तो सबसे पहले ये जो मार्क्स का है, हर कॉलेज का, यूनिवर्सिटी का अलग सिस्टम है। मतलब इवन इंडिया में तो वो मिनिमम परसेंटेज तो मैं उतना ठीक से नहीं बोल पाऊंगी। फॉर एग्जांपल, मैं कैलकाटा यूनिवर्सिटी से मैंने पढ़ाई किया था, और जब मैंने ये यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ पसाऊ के वेबसाइट में देखा था कि मिनिमम कितना मार्क्स, मतलब मैंने जब कन्वर्ट सॉर्ट ऑफ किया था, तो मुझे लग रहा था कि मेरे वहाँ पे वो जीपीए वैसा नहीं सिस्टम होता है। कैलकाटा यूनिवर्सिटी में वो परसेंटेज में देते हैं। तो मिनिमम परसेंटेज मुझे लग रहा था लाइक हायर सेकंड क्लास जो है, विच इज अराउंड 50% आप, मतलब वहां से इट वॉज एलिजिबल। बट अगेन एज आई सेड, वो आप कॉलेज के वेबसाइट में, ये पर्टिकुलर कॉलेज के वेबसाइट में जब जाएंगे, वहां पे क्लियरली लिखा हुआ होगा कि क्या मिनिमम परसेंटेज है। और अगर कोई कंफ्यूजन है तो आप उस कॉलेज के जो वहां पे जो ईमेल आईडी है, आप उनको लिख के पूछ सकते हैं। क्यों मैं ये बता रही हूँ, क्योंकि कभी कभी क्या होता है कि वहां पे जो सिस्टम वो लोग लिखते हैं कि इतना जीपीए होना चाहिए या फिर कन्वर्शन से इतना होना चाहिए, कभी कभी वो क्लियर नहीं होता है। तो आप अपना तो एक्चुअली मैंने भी वो किया था, मैंने अपना मार्कशीट जो है वो मैंने भेजा था उनको, और मैंने लिखा था कि मेरे यूनिवर्सिटी में ये सिस्टम है, परसेंटेज में मार्क्स आते हैं। एंड मेरा जो परसेंटेज है वो फिर उसको फर्स्ट क्लास सेकंड क्लास ऐसे करके डिवाइड करते हैं, तो मेरा इसके अंडर फॉल करता है। तो मैंने उनको पूछा था कि क्या मैं एलिजिबल हूँ, एंड फिर वो लोग उन्होंने रिप्लाई किया था। तो अगर कोई भी कंफ्यूजन है तो आप उनको ईमेल करके पूछ सकते हैं।
ओके, थैंक यू।
वेलकम।
Ma'am, what is the age limit for this program and scholarship?
That's a nice question. I think age limit कुछ particularly नहीं है, if I'm not wrong. And हाँ, I think scholarship के लिए कोई particular age limit नहीं है इसमें। बट आप उससे आप बैक ट्रैक कर सकते हैं कि अगर वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि आपका लास्ट डिग्री 6 years, मतलब मैक्सिमम 6 years बिफोर 2022 हो सकता है, तो हाँ, उससे आप बैक ट्रैक करके देख सकते हैं कि एज वो लोग कितना पूछ रहे हैं।
हेलो मैम।
क्या, गो अहेड।
हेलो मैम, अभी जो मेरा ऑलरेडी एक मास्टर हुआ है एंड वो भी 6 ईयर पहले हुआ है, तो ये सब वेवर के लिए हम मोटिवेशन लेटर में ही लिख सकते हैं या कि अदर डायरेक्टली वो सेपरेट उनके जो कॉन्टैक्ट ईमेल आईडी है वहाँ हम पूछ सकते हैं क्योंकि कुछ वेवर मिल सकता है क्या करके?
हाँ, तो मैं ये मतलब आपको और मैं सबको ये सजेस्ट करूंगी कि अगर किसी को भी डाउट है रिगार्डिंग स्पेशली ये जो मास्टर्स क्राइटेरिया है एंड एज लिमिट और हाँ एज लिमिट क्राइटेरिया जो है वो ईयर क्राइटेरिया है, सो आई थिंक आप इमीडिएटली उनको ईमेल कर सकते हैं उस पर्टिकुलर जिस कॉलेज में आप अप्लाई करना चाहते हैं, लोग दे रिप्लाई, क्योंकि ये पूरा एप्लीकेशन पीरियड है तो वहाँ मतलब लोग इस टाइम पे रिप्लाई करते हैं, तो आप उनसे पूछ सकते हैं बिफोर यू स्टार्ट योर एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस। सो आई थिंक इट्स ऑलवेज गुड कि आपको क्लैरिटी हो जाए कि आप एलिजिबल है या नहीं बिफोर आप एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस स्टार्ट करें।
ओके मैम, थैंक यू।
मैं कमेंट्स में देख रही हूँ, इज देयर एनी जॉब एक्सपीरियंस रिक्वायर्ड? आई थिंक ये बोथ है, इट्स आल्सो फॉर फ्रेशर्स, बट देन जॉब एक्सपीरियंस अगर किसी का होता है डेफिनेटली दे गेट लाइक अपर हैंड। तो जॉब एक्सपीरियंस में अगेन वॉलंटरी एक्सपीरियंस, इंटर्नशिप या लाइक फुल टाइम एक्सपीरियंस सब काउंट होता है। तो आपका जो भी जिस भी तरीके का वर्क एक्सपीरियंस है तो वो आप अपने फॉर्म में, सीवी में और वहां पे आप लिख सकते हैं। Prakash, currently I'm working state government. Is that mandatory to get letter from the organization since there are less chances in the short span? I think वो एक one of the document requirements तो है कि आपको एक लेटर चाहिए अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से, बट अगेन इट कैन बी फ्लेक्सिबल। आप कॉलेज को लिख के बता सकते हैं कि शायद अभी क्योंकि 31 जुलाई मतलब ये एप्लीकेशन पीरियड ऐसे भी बहुत शॉर्ट है, इट्स लाइक ओनली 1 मंथ। जुलाई के शुरू में आई मीन या अर्ली जुलाई शुरू होता है एंड इट्स ओनली फॉर 1 मंथ। तो अगर ये डॉक्यूमेंट आपको मिलने में टाइम लगेगा तो आप उनको ईमेल करके इंफॉर्मेशन दे सकते हैं कि क्या आप ये पर्टिकुलर डॉक्यूमेंट उनको से बाद में भेज सकते हैं या नहीं। What are the career opportunities after MPP? ओके, ये क्वेश्चन तो मैं आंसर नहीं कर सकती हूँ क्योंकि मैंने उस कॉलेज में किया नहीं है एमपीपी, बट आई थिंक आजकल बहुत इजी है लोगों से कनेक्ट करना। तो आप लोग अगर किसी को करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज और उसके बारे में डिटेल्स के बारे में जानना है तो आप लिंक्डइन में आप देख सकते हैं कोई अगर ये कोर्स कर रहा है उस पर्टिकुलर कॉलेज में, एंड आप उनसे पूछ सकते हैं। इन जनरल आई नो कि जर्मनी में जो पूरा डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर है विच कहीं ना कहीं पब्लिक पॉलिसी एंड ये सब एरिया भी कवर करता है, वो बहुत ही एक बूमिंग सेक्टर है। इंडिया का भी सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट जो एड फंडिंग आता है वो आफ्टर यूएस जर्मनी से आता है। सो अगर आप इंडिया में भी वापस आके काम करना चाहते हैं तो एनी ऑफ दीज कोर्सेज एज वेल एज द स्कॉलरशिप इन इटसेल्फ इट्स वेरी वेल रिकॉग्नाइज्ड इन इंडिया। तो अगर आप इंडिया में भी वापस आके काम करना चाहते हैं या जर्मनी में भी रह के आप काम करना चाहते हैं तो मुझे लगता है अपॉर्चुनिटीज काफी होती है। बट या पर्टिकुलर इस क्वेश्चन को मैं आई डोंट नो बिकॉज आई हैव नॉट स्टडीड देयर। सॉरी अगर मैं कोई मिस कर रही हूँ तो आप प्लीज क्वेश्चन पूछिएगा मुझे क्योंकि मैं चैट देखने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ बट आई माइट मिस सम ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस।
I had a question, Dyuti.
Yeah, मुझे
So I'm looking at these universities right now. I was just wondering how to there are like 7 universities and I'm particularly interested in Masters of Public Policy. I was just wondering how do I pick colleges that might come under these universities that are good? Is there any basis for me to gauge the, how good the college is?
How good the university is, for example?
No, university is fine. I'm just wondering if these are universities, right? For example, you have Delhi University, Calcutta University here. that, and then there are colleges under that. So I was just wondering if it's the same.
No, it's not the same system. So if, for example, if I applied to University of Passau, so that is the college/university.
Oh, okay, fine, all
Yeah.
right, got it. I was a bit confused there.
Yes,
So from that particular university/college, that the scholarship is offered only for that program, is it?
Yes, it's only for, so if they mention, say, Duisburg Essen Master of Development and Governance, that means, because see, the scholarship that is, it is public policy and good governance. So it is only trying to fund people in a particular
Field, okay.
particular field, right? So as you can see कि जो colleges या courses भी है उसके अंदर, इसीलिए वो कहीं ना कहीं related है. जो Helmut-Schmidt program है public policy and good governance का, तो related courses है around development governance, public policy, development studies, for example. So अगर आप apply कर रहे हैं Duisburg Essen में, for example, so it's not that कि Duisburg Essen के कोई भी course के लिए आप eligible है. No, it's only for the Master of Development and Governance for this scholarship.
Okay, so if I'm like, for example, I'm looking up these courses from these colleges, and if I have to apply for scholarship, it will be through the college application itself. If I remember correctly, my internet was a bit,
Yes.
couldn't hear that.
So when you go to this particular college and and that course, right? When you look at the website and their details, then usually what happens is, again, I have not looked at all the colleges, because when I was applying, I'd only looked at 2-3. But what I'm sure it's the same across all these colleges. So they have, within that option of apply now, they have like a separate sort of link which says that are you applying for the Helmut-Schmidt program, or the public policy, whatever they call it, or the PPGG or the Helmut-Schmidt program. So you apply via that. So there, I mean, now they know that you're not only applying just for this course, but particularly this course via this scholarship.
Okay, so one more thing I have a question about is, so this deadline till July 31st, that is for the college as well as that this thing, right? Like, or the colleges later also I can apply. Like, I'm just wondering if there's a difference.
Yeah, so if you don't want to apply via for this scholarship, then you can apply to this college. I mean, different colleges later must have different deadlines. So अगर आपके पास, for example, आपके पास already funding है, just an example, and you still want to study for, say, MPP in Erfurt, then you can, जब उनका डेडलाइन है, आप तब तक अप्लाई कर सकते हैं.
So by July, I'll have to fulfill the college's requirements as well as
the scholarship, which is similar. Everything is similar. जो college का documents है वही होगा, बस ये form जो है वो वही एक जो separate चीज होता है.
Okay, thank you so much.
Ivyas, do you want to ask anything?
Sorry, I think I saw one comment which I haven't answered, so I'll just answer that and then, yeah. So do they consider 3 years marks average or just consider only last year percentage? I think this will depend on your college system. So it doesn't depend on them, it depends on your college system. So for example, Calcutta University में जो final हमारा marks आता है वो 3 year का एवरेज होता है, वो है हमारा फाइनल परसेंटेज. तो अगर वो आपका सिस्टम है तो आप वो मार्क्स अपलोड करते हैं, एंड आई एम श्योर वो चीज आपके ट्रांसक्रिप्ट में भी जब आप अपलोड करोगे तो आपके ट्रांसक्रिप्ट में भी वो लिखा रहेगा कि दिस इज योर फाइनल परसेंटेज. Sorry, if I've missed any other comment, then please ask that question. I mean, yeah. If I've completed my bachelor's in engineering, can I apply for master's in the mentioned field? I think it should be okay, but just, yeah, I would say look at the college and college application and see अगर उन्होंने कुछ specifically लिखा है या नहीं, कि वो लोग इसी बैकग्राउंड के या इसी कुछ पर्टिकुलर एजुकेशन बैकग्राउंड के लोगों को देख रहे हैं. वो होना नहीं चाहिए यूजुअली. आई थिंक engineering is like a broad area of study, तो it is considered for these courses like public policy or governance. But yeah, आप जिस कॉलेज में आप अप्लाई करना चाहते हैं, आपके उस साइट से आई थिंक इंफॉर्मेशन आपको मिल जाएगा. Is DAAD for PhD? DAAD स्कॉलरशिप जो ओवरऑल जो जनरल DAAD स्कॉलरशिप है उसमें PhD प्रोग्राम्स भी होते हैं, बट ये वाला जो प्रोग्राम है स्पेसिफिकली द PPGG प्रोग्राम, इट इज ओनली फॉर मास्टर्स. I think I have answered all of them if I'm not wrong. If anyone else has any other question, please go ahead.
Ityas, you can go ahead. He raised his hand actually. Ityas?
No, I asked my questions, ma'am.
Okay. I
Yes,
have a question. Is the scholarship limits within the specific region, like Chevening is for UK? So is that same or?
Yes. This is only for Germany.
Okay. And do this scholarship works for only 1 year master or 2 years as well?
It's all 2-year master's courses, if I'm not wrong, like 2 years or like 18 months. वो तो मैंने सारे कोर्सेज क्योंकि नहीं देखा था जब मैं अप्लाई कर रही थी, तो जैसे मैंने जो पसाऊ में जो कोर्स के लिए अप्लाई किया था वो 2 years मास्टर्स था, एंड शायद कुछ कोर्सेज अराउंड 18 months है, तो वो हाँ वो आपको पर्टिकुलर कोर्स पे डिपेंड करेगा.
Okay. And what expenses does this scholarship includes?
So it includes all the expenses. So starting from your 6-month German language course, जब आप वो course, that's a part of the scholarship. So it pays for the 6-month German language course, your stay and your accommodation and living expense in Berlin. Usually Berlin में होता है वो course. And then for your studies, your basically course fee, it gives you a monthly stipend, एक initial कुछ I think scholarship initial कुछ moving allowance देते हैं, travel insurance, your travel as in visa and flight tickets, so it basically covers everything. I think कुछ colleges में usually एक होता है कि एक term fee होता है which is very nominal, which is I think maximum 50 euros term fee or semester fee उसको बोलते हैं, वो they say that you have to cover that, but that you can cover from the stipend that you get, like it's not even 50 euros, it's even lesser. एक semester fee जो होता है कि अगर 3 महीने का semester होता है तो हर एक सेमेस्टर कंप्लीट करके नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर में जाने से पहले कॉलेज में एक कुछ सेमेस्टर फी देना होता है, सिर्फ वो आपको अलग से देना होता है. ये एटलीस्ट 2020 तक ये था, आई डोंट नो अब वो चेंज हुआ है नहीं, बट इन जनरल इट बेसिकली कवर्स योर एंटायर एजुकेशन एंड स्टे इन जर्मनी फॉर द ड्यूरेशन दैट यू आर देयर.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. I think last couple of questions, if there's any question, or we can close this. I'll just stop sharing and I'll share the link with you. जो 1 second. जो application link है, I think it has all the information. I took all the information from there itself, so I'll just share that. Extension. I think you can open this as a PDF. Oh, oops. Yeah, is there any other question?
जी नमस्ते मैम.
हाँ नमस्ते.
जी मैम, मेरे 2 सवाल थे. जैसे कि बैचलर को अगर 6 साल कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं तो इस स्कॉलरशिप में मतलब अगर बैचलर को 6 साल हो गए और मास्टर को अगर 3-4 साल हो चुके हैं तो इसके लिए अपन एप्लीकेशन कर सकते हैं क्या? और किस मतलब फॉर्म वगैरह कुछ एप्लीकेशन में लिखना है कि मास्टर को कितने साल हुए या बैचलर को? और दूसरा कि अगर वर्किंग एक्सपीरियंस है अपना 3-4 साल का, तो सिर्फ LOR ही देना है या जो भी मोटिवेशनल लेटर है उसमें भी ऐड करके इंफॉर्मेशन उसको देना है?
सो पहले क्वेश्चन के लिए मुझे लगता है कि अगर बेस्ट होगा कि आप उस कॉलेज में वहाँ पे एक ईमेल आप पूछ ले, मतलब उस पर्टिकुलर कोर्स जो भी कोऑर्डिनेटर का नंबर हो, ईमेल आईडी होगा कि ये इंफॉर्मेशन देके कि आपका मतलब आप एलिजिबल है या नहीं, क्योंकि ये कहीं ना कहीं मेन आपका एप्लीकेशन जो है वाया द कॉलेज है। तो मुझे लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं कॉलेज का वो डिफर करेगा। सो अगर आप एलिजिबल है तो आप डेफिनेटली कर सकते हो, तो आई वुड सजेस्ट कि आप उनसे पूछ ले। एंड सेकेंडली, सॉरी सेकेंड क्वेश्चन आपका क्या था?
जी मैम, वर्किंग एक्सपीरियंस को अगर
राइट हाँ।
describe
तो
करना है।
वर्किंग एक्सपीरियंस का आप अगर 2-3 जगह पे काम किए फॉर एग्जांपल, तो आपको सारा वो इन्फॉर्मेशन आपके सीवी में भी मेंशन करना होगा, और वो जो डैड जो वो फॉर्म है उस फॉर्म में भी आपको एंटर करना होगा वो इन्फॉर्मेशन। एंड जो NOC है या लास्ट एक्सपीरियंस लेटर, वो आपको आपके जस्ट प्रीवियस जो आप करंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है या प्रीवियस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, आप वहां से वो लेके देंगे। बट डेफिनेटली आप अपने जितने भी आपने काम किया है, वो चाहे वॉलंटियर एक्सपीरियंस हो, इंटर्नशिप हो, प्रॉपर जॉब हो, आप सारे सभी के बारे में आप अपने CV में, देन मोटिवेशन लेटर में आपको लिखना, आई थिंक वो बेटर है, क्योंकि आपका एक्सपीरियंस कहीं ना कहीं ऐड करेगा आपकी प्रोफाइल को, आई मीन प्रोफाइल में। एंड अगेन मोटिवेशन लेटर में यूजुअली ऐसा नहीं है कि आप जस्ट लिस्ट कर रहे हैं कि मैंने यहाँ पे भी काम किया था, यहाँ पे भी काम किया था। इट इज मोर अबाउट कि आपने उस काम से आपने क्या सीखा, या फिर आपने अपने अलग अलग रोल्स में आपने क्या कंट्रीब्यूट किया है उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, या फिर आपने अगर कोई बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट खुद से हैंडल किया है तो आप उसके बारे में वैसे लिखते हैं। मतलब लिस्टिंग डाउन ऑफ योर वर्क एक्सपीरियंस वो तो आप CV में कर रहे हैं, मोटिवेशन लेटर में इट इज मोर लाइक वहां से आपने क्या सीखा है, या वो इंफॉर्मेशन क्यों रेलेवेंट है आपके एप्लीकेशन में, आप उस तरीके से उसको प्रेजेंट करेंगे।
ओके, थैंक यू मैम। मीडियम ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन अगर लोकल लैंग्वेज है स्टेट का, मराठी या कोई, तो उसका कुछ असर पड़ता है एप्लीकेशन?
एज इन आपके कॉलेज में अगर मीडियम ऑफ नहीं, तो उसका कोई वो इशू नहीं होता है। बट आई गेस जब आपका अगर ट्रांसक्रिप्ट अगर इंग्लिश में नहीं है, जो मार्कशीट है वो अगर इंग्लिश में नहीं है, तो शायद वो लोग आपको बोलेंगे कि एक यूनिवर्सिटी से रिक्वेस्ट करके एक इंग्लिश वर्जन भेजने के लिए।
ओके, थैंक यू।
Okay.
Any other questions?
Just to yeah, I think someone just mentioned about the sample motivation letter. So as a policy, I usually don't send my motivation letter to anyone. If anyone has any query, you can find me on LinkedIn or any other site. I mean, yeah, on LinkedIn specifically, and I can send you my email ID. And you can maybe ask me to help you or look at your motivation letter, and I'm sure like the Eklavya team also helps you. So please follow that. But I usually don't send my own personal letter to anyone else. Is IELTS mandatory? So I think IELTS, probably you can write to them saying if your in your college, the medium of instruction was English, and you can get a like a waiver to not give IELTS. But I think I had given my IELTS results because I had taken it a year back and it was still valid, so I had given it. Whether it's mandatory or not, sorry, I don't remember that information. So just check it online whether what the college says, whether it's mandatory or not. But in a lot of cases nowadays, you can also write to them and ask them that if your education has been in English, and if there's like a, you have got like a minimum marks in English, so at times you also get a waiver. So if you have not given your IELTS yet, and you think that, but again, also this also happens that if you have not given your IELTS yet, you can still apply, and you can give your then take your IELTS and upload that information, say a couple of months later. That usually happens in most scholarships or college applications, but it's better to get that clarified from the college first, that A, whether you can get a waiver, considering that you have studied in English before, or B, if you haven't given your IELTS yet and you need a extension to meet the English language criteria, then you can ask them and you can submit, say, that particular letter maybe later, but obviously before the final, that October-November period where the final decision takes place. Right. Mita, I think if there's no other question, then maybe we can close this. And as I said, I've sent my email ID, and also I'm there on LinkedIn. So if there's any other question, if people have on the process, or if they want to get any other help on this, then I'll be available.
Yes, sure. Yes, thank you, Dyuti. Thank you so much for your time and guidance too. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. All the best, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.